Welcome to Upturned Table. And today we have a preview of something very special. So you know this is the 50th anniversary of D&D, and they are, Wizards of the Coast is printing a very Gary-centric, I'm sure, book of the history of Dungeons & Dragons. I think they're calling it the making of the original D&D. So that's 1970 to 1977. Today we're looking at the Dave Arneson early works. And this is something very special from the Fellowship of the Thing. Griff was kind enough to send us an advance copy. It's in pre-order now. So you can pre-order this book, but I thought I'd give you a quick look at it so you could see what they did with it. And it's really great to see this kind of archival work going on. I know John Peterson is very dedicated to preserving a lot of early role play, but he's working on the D&D book, and so he's kind of entangled with Wizards of the Coast. So hopefully he can, remain academically removed. But it sounds like already the people that were putting together additional notes and commentary were pretty biased with that book. And if there's one thing I know, Griff is very passionate about preserving Dave Arneson's legacy. So that's what we have here. This is Blackmoor Foundations. So this is history, maps, and lore from 71 to 85. So the early fantasy RPG works of Dave Arneson. So thanks again to Griff at Fellowship of the Thing for sending us this preview copy. All right. Wow. Thanks so much. And yeah, as you can see, so this is a advanced uncorrected proof, not for sale, just for preview. And so it's a soft cover, square bound book, and let's take a look at the back. So in the words of Robert Kuntz, co-author of Dungeons & Dragons Supplement 1 Greyhawk, all roads lead to Blackmoor. With the emergence of more historical documents, it's undeniable that Dave Arneson pioneered the play methods used in every role-play game since the birth of Blackmoor in 1971. His invention is both a new kind of game like no other in history and a complex imaginary world that has come to be known as the first fantasy campaign. Blackmoor Foundations is the most comprehensive collection of ephemera from the early years of Arneson's Blackmoor ever published. It's a treasure trove of gaming history. Within the pages of this book, you'll find maps and the writings of Dave Arneson as he recounts the events and people in his Blackmoor, a living game environment that gamers are still experiencing over 50 years later. So covering a period from 1971 to 1985, these documents reveal how Arneson's Blackmoor campaign arose from a few simple referee notes and maps to evolve into an extensive imaginary world with multiple referees and over 100 active player personas. Each set of document reproductions comes with commentary from Griff M. Morgan III, co-director and writer of the documentary film Secrets of Blackmoor. He guides you through the complexity of Arneson's creation, including the game history and the world lore. This collection, much of which has only recently been discovered, is an astounding glimpse into the historical writings that remain from Arneson's life. Yet it can also be a guide to creating your own version of Blackmoor for you and your friends to play in. Blackmoor Foundations is a must-have book for your games library, whether you're a historian, gamer, or both. All right. So thanks again for giving us a chance to take a look at this early. And it's on pre-order right now on the website. I'll put a link to that for $39.95 on the Fellowship of the Thing web store. And let's see how they did. So here's the front plate. All right. And so, yeah, some thank yous and credits to the estate. Yeah, so this was made with, of course, cooperation of Dave Arneson's estate. And if you haven't seen the Secrets of Blackmoor documentary, I'll put a link to that as well. That's a really wonderful piece. I think there's even a free preview. You can watch the first bit of it to get a sense of what you're going to see. I'll put a link to that as well. So all roads lead to Blackmoor, the Blackmoor Cartography, the notices from the corner of the tabletop, Kingdom of Spain, new discoveries from the Fletcher collection, the Blackmoor Sagas, Blackmoor Gazette and Rumor Monger, and the Loch Gloomin reports, and later writings about Blackmoor. So we've got 103, maybe a little bit over. Let's see. Yeah, about 105 pages. Excellent. So let's take a look. A nice, bright stock paper, easy to read, and of course then it's going to reproduce the pages well. Nice. So yeah, that essay, the quote, all roads lead to Blackmoor from Robert J. Kuntz is, that's actually it's a quote from the Secrets of Blackmoor documentary. So an introduction. And here we go. Oh, look at that. U.S. Naval Air Station, Minneapolis, Minnesota. The medieval project is slightly more complicated since it is partially fiction and has to run itself on the basis of the player availability. Basically, here are some of the facts about the campaign, which is submitted to for His Majesty's approval. Excellent. Look at that. I love how cleanly things are reproduced. So here's the cartography. Nice. So we've got an explanation of each of the pages. So this map is considered by many the earliest cartography of Blackmoor. It's presented as here as a Xerox copy, which has been colored in for more clarity. Oh, by Arneson himself. And they're dating this, is guessed at most likely from early 1971. Nice. More geography. And a revision. Yeah, really nice reproduction. It really, you see the aging of the paper. I like how they left the background stark white, so you get a nice, clear reproduction. I think other people would be tempted to put, fake weathered texture and things around here. But I like the way things are cleanly reproduced. So the town of, Blackmoor town map. Southern frontiers. So we're on hexes. Fletcher rendering of Blackmoor. So do they make a reference? Yeah, so during the 80s, Arneson briefly ran his own game company, Adventure Games. The many games produced by Adventure Games was a fantasy RPG system entitled Adventures in Fantasy, co-authored by Arneson and Richard Snyder. The game saw little success despite being a game by the co-author of D&D. Nice, good history. Surrounding locations. Yeah, we still got our hexes. And then isometric maps. Sorry, let's get in a little bit so you can see. Yeah, really well done. Oh, nice. And then here's the close-ups. So facing pages of each of those. So I guess I didn't need to zoom in. Really nice. Yeah, look at the reproduction on that. Really great. I'm so glad that this is in good hands. Notices from corner of the tabletop. So this series of excerpts comes from Arneson's gaming fanzine, Corner of the Tabletop. Although it is believed his RPG campaign began earlier, as some of his players claim, these are the earliest dated announcements for a game set in Blackmoors, 2 words. In the Blackmoors. Nice. So typed notices look like they're mimeographed too. That purple color leads me to believe they are mimeographed. Oh wow. Yeah, so somebody works near a school with a mimeograph machine. Or an office. I guess they use them in offices too. But yeah, many of you, if there's anybody younger, you won't know the smell or the look of a mimeographed page. That purple, unmistakable purple. So the Spanish Royals character matrix. So opted to include this non-Blackmoor document as an example of how Arneson was revolutionizing informal play techniques both within war games as well as his own Blackmoor. Nice. So Spain is getting some ushing out. So new discoveries from the Fletcher collection. The Blackmoor sagas. Oh, great. Look at that. It's a part of galley fighting, the crash. So the Fletcher sagas. The following documents are the newest discoveries we've made via Ken Fletcher's collection. They may also be the most astounding documents we've uncovered to date. There are 3 sets of writings by Arneson, which reveal a great deal about how he saw his campaign early on, and in some instances gives hints to the kind of rules he may have been using for these games. Return to Blackmoor. So this is an account by Arneson written as a fictional story about how Arneson himself arrives on the planet of Blackmoor. Oh, excellent. Wow. And it's completely readable. It's great that it's reproduced so cleanly. Oh, this is great. That's worth the price of admission right there. Wow. Very cool. Several pages. Yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. So cool. Nice. Excellent. Total devastation. That's what it looks like. The dungeons of Blackmoor Castle. So we do not know very much about the following document here. Again, it is another simple write-up where Arneson tries to convey what his imaginary world is. When did events he described happen? So more single space too. Typewritten pages. In the depths of Blackmoor dungeons and back. So this adventure report was dated May 25th. And no years provided. This may be from 1971, but more reasonably dating to 1972. So I will leave it to others to decide when it occurs. And it's got a header of the Midwest Military Simulation Association. That's great. Into the depths of Blackmoor dungeon and back. Nice. And so yeah, it looks like it was stapled. So to scan it, it was folded over. Yeah, the paper is yellowed, but in surprisingly good condition. Yeah, you don't see that really crumbly falling apart. This is 50-year-old typewriter paper, so that's amazing. Somebody stored it well. So the Blackmoor Gazette and Rumor Monger and the Loch Gloomin reports. So Gertie has kitties. So Arneson published other updates after the goings-on in Blackmoor as articles in the corner of the tabletop fanzine. But the Blackmoor Gazette and Rumor Monger reveal the depth to which his campaign has gone by 1972. Still using the letterhead. Nice. Gertie has kitties. As in the village, as all in the village are now aware, thanks to the massive appetites of the little ones, the wizard's pet dragon, affectionately known as Gertrude, has been reliably reported to have given birth. Ah, that's excellent. Castle burned while heroes away. So Blackmoor is in full swing, and it becomes what most people today refer to as an RPG. Town, wilderness, and dungeon adventures are regular events. So here's the next document. So the Loch Gloomin report. Here we see battle reports related to the outpost of Loch Gloomin. You'll notice Greg Svensson's character is reported as having died. As the story goes, Greg could not take part in the game session, and so the other players used his character as cannon fodder and got him killed. It's a likely story. So yeah, and without this kind of archiving and without this reproduction, we would hear everything secondhand. It's so great to see these, firsthand documents, reproductions of everything. And that's the good thing about the Secrets of Blackmoor. You're getting firsthand accounts of people at the table. So yeah, it's really nice that all of this exists, and especially before it's too late. So general improvements on Blackmoor Castle. So even though an updated map has been created for the town of Blackmoor, plans are already afoot to improve the town's defenses. Oh, nice. Yeah, and I like they reproduce this in color, so you can see, the pencil writing and all of the the coloring in of the Xeroxes that was done to the maps. So a dateline of Blackmoor. So after winning his lawsuit against his former business partner, Gary Gygax, and TSR for royalties on D&D, he was not being paid. Arneson started his own company, Adventure Games, Inc. This document describes the events surrounding the inauguration of the company with a big party. Nice. Myth and Mythos. So these documents are Dave Arneson's own reflections on his campaign, how his campaign began and evolved. Oh, and handwritten too. Oh, that's great. Oh, look. Paperclip. Paperclip corrosion. Oh, that's great. A high-tech intergalactic traveling zoo. Yeah, just reading this original thinking has got to be very inspiring for doing tabletop fantasy and sci-fi nowadays. And little notes in the margins as well. So Arneson showed the world a whole new way to play games. And a photo of Dave Arneson at 18 years old. Excellent. Well, that's really great. So more from the Fellowship of the Thing. So if you don't know, we did a flip through of the second printing of their beautiful hardcover. It's available in paperback and also kind of a lower quality mass market if you just want the material. But it's not going to be available digitally. I think that's why they made a cheaper version. So The Lost Dungeons of Tonesburg and the documentary, you can stream it on both Amazon Prime and Vimeo. So I'll put links. And of course, there's a DVD available. And Arnacon, the gaming convention, so promoting everything they're doing. So the Fellowship of the Thing. So thanks so much, Griff. This is great. This is a really, really well done document, really nice reproductions. And $39.99, we're not looking at $100, yeah, for access. And probably very over-designed, other books that are coming out by big companies or owned by Hasbro, maybe producing things that are a bit overproduced, because you do want to just see these original pages, and they do, as you could see from our quick flip through, you could see these are really beautifully reproduced, and a lot of good writing from a really passionate, Griff's point of view is he's very well read and very scholarly, but not too academic. I mean, he's just a passionate player. So that's why Peterson's writing can be a little bit dry and is a little like reading, very dry history texts. But he's very extensive. His writing has been very extensive. But yeah, Griff is a great person to be finding these. Their documentary uncovered the Lost Dungeons of Tonesburg, and now they've uncovered even more Arneson original writings on Blackmoor. So thank you for staying with me through this flip through of the Blackmoor Foundations. So this book is available to pre-order, and I think it's going to be shipping out the end of this month, perhaps soon. But I think pre-orders close of June this year. So thanks for watching, and we'll be doing more as Fellowship of the Thing produces more. We will definitely be covering it. They do a really great job. So I'll put links to everything that they've done on the description of this video, and take a look if this is right up your alley, if this is where your passion lies in role-playing games, and especially early RPGs. You can't find a better source. So thanks for joining me, and Upturned Table on all social media. Give us a like if you want to see more of these kind of previews and quick looks at things coming to print. And we will be back again soon. So thanks for joining me, and see you next time. Goodbye.